Okay, everybody. This is Jason from Gord Marketing. Tim is out this week on a fabulous vacation with his family, and he asked me to introduce Adam from Mutual of Omaha this week. He's going to talk to us about some of his product highlights. We're right on time. We have a good group right now. If you have questions, you can email Tim directly at tim@gordmarketing.com. But if you want to go ahead and use our little chat window, if you guys have one, you can chat a question. I'll go ahead and relay that to Adam, who can hopefully answer that for you at the end of our webinar. Try to hold your questions until then, but go ahead and if you have a question, put them into the chat window. I think I can see them and Adam can both see the questions. But we'll make sure to get all those questions answered for you guys today. So Adam, are you on the line with us?
I am.
Okay. So I think I made your fabulous introduction.
Thank you.
But I am recording this webinar, so hopefully I'll be able to post this later on this week once I make sure it's recorded properly for anybody that can't stay with us or couldn't make it today. But go ahead and take it away, Adam.
All right. Thank you very much. And good morning, everybody. I appreciate this opportunity to talk to you folks. I am a life brokerage sales director for Mutual of Omaha, and per Tim's request, I am happy to be giving this presentation that's going to be primarily focusing on our Term Life Express product for mortgage protection, along with some information on our Children's Whole Life, as well as Guaranteed Advantage, which are great add-on sales when you do have that mortgage protection appointment. And then I didn't really add any slides because I was a little slide heavy in this presentation, but just to fall back with as far as being able to have a mortgage payment protection would be our Living Promise, which is our express issue whole life policy. So let me go ahead and get into the presentation. Oops. Trigger happy. All right, so first of all, why Mutual of Omaha? And really, we are a company that your customers know and trust. I know that Wild Kingdom was hugely popular back in the day, and most of the clients that you're visiting with, I assume, are going to know of Wild Kingdom. We also have many sponsorships out there, professional golfers like Ian Poulter and Jason Bond and Fred Funk, Henrik Stenson, Kevin Streelman, and many others, the Mario Andretti race team, or Marco Andretti, USA Swimming, and so forth. So we are somebody that we've been around for quite some time. We've got a strong name, and on top of that, very financially secure. So just some facts on that: mutual company, solid liquidity, limited market exposure, high quality bond portfolio, and very highly rated. And just talking through some of those ratings, AM Best, we have an A+, Moody's A1, and then Standard & Poor's an AA-. And so jumping into Term Life Express, again, obviously you guys all know what the benefits are of term insurance for mortgage protection versus a mortgage protection insurance plan with the cost and flexibility. With our Term Life Express, we have a complete portfolio of 10, 15, 20, 30 year, and also an ROP option. And this is simplified issue up to $300,000, so there's no blood, no urine, no paramed, and it's also available on the iGo e-app. So for all of you that like using the electronic applications, it's a good way to go to kind of streamline that process and to make sure that your applications are in good order. Another benefit to Term Life Express is it is convertible to our permanent GULE, which is our Guaranteed Universal Life Express, or our Living Promise, which is again the whole life after 2 years. And that's our final expense product. And also the quickness of it, so 24 to 48 hours to issue for clean applications, and we're making that process faster than ever. Some of the product specifications for Term Life Express, so again, the simplified underwriting with the terms there. We do have the full guarantee for all of the years, so 10, 15, 20, and 30 level term, or a 5-year guarantee, which is available on the 20 and 30. And then the age range there is going to be from 18 to 65, and face amounts from $25,000 to $300,000. And underwriting, just a quick look at that. Again, it's our simplified issue. We have the build chart that we look at, the motor vehicle report, MIB report, pharmaceutical. We do random phone interviews for this particular criteria, 25 to 300, 18 to 50. And then if you go above, so 250 to 300, we're going to have the mandatory phone interview. And then for the ages 51 to 65, you see that we have the build chart, motor vehicle as needed, and so forth. And again, we do the phone interview here for ages 61 to 65. So the application, and hopefully most of you have seen it to this point, but we have questions 1 and 2. You know, just going through, and I won't read through the whole thing here, but since this is recorded, you can go ahead and review that at your leisure. I'll just leave that up a little bit. And some of the included riders with our Term Life Express, which are a huge hit, we do have the accelerated death benefit provision. So we're looking at a 24-month life expectancy there. You can receive up to 92% of the death benefit if you apply, or if you qualify for that accelerated death benefit. We also do have the residential damage waiver of premium, which if the primary residence has sustained $25,000 or more of damage, the provision is going to allow the monthly base premiums and the riders to be waived for 1 6-month period. We also do have the unemployment waiver of premium. Again, these are all included at no cost, so premiums will be waived there for 1 6-month period in the event of qualified unemployment. And the common carrier death benefit provision as well, which allows the additional death benefit worth up to the lesser of 100% of the original face amount, or $250,000. And some of these riders are not approved in all states, so make sure that you check for the state availability there. And some of the additional riders that are available on Term Life Express, which you can add for an additional charge, would be the disability income rider. And I'll get into a little bit more detail with that in the next couple of screens here, as well as the return of premium. And those are two that you know, are something that you really want to take notice of. They definitely apply in the case where you're using Term Life Express for mortgage protection. We also do have the waiver of premium due to disability, as well as the accidental death benefit and a dependent child waiver. So on the return of premium, this feature is going to allow for a refund of up to 100% of all the premiums paid into the policy upon surrender. This is only available on the 20 and 30-year level term options. And so that's going to include all premiums paid and waived, including all policy fees and all rider premiums. And the return of premium percentages are going to vary from policy year to policy year on a policy-to-policy basis. And then the disability income rider. So this one, again, the insured can apply at issue for a maximum monthly benefit, which is going to be equal to the lesser of 1.5% of the face amount at issue, or $3,000 per month, or 60% of the insured's monthly gross income. And I put a little note there that if there is group disability insurance coverage already in force, that max benefit of up to 72% may be allowed. This is not available on the ROP product, so it's kind of a one or the other there, and can only be added at issue. And the premium is going to be guaranteed only for the first year with the disability income rider. And as far as rate quotes go for Term Life Express, we are available on WinFlex. Just look under United of Omaha and Term Life Express. Then we do have an offline calculation tool also available, which is available on Google Play or the Apple App Store to run those quotes. And this is just a look at our quotes for sales professionals. And you can see on there, there's many of our products, our Express products, that you're able to quote there. So Children's Whole Life, Living Promise, Term Life Express, Guaranteed Advantage, which is our guaranteed accidental death policy or product. We also quote Medicare Supplement or our fully underwritten Term Life Answers. And that's just a look at how that would provide you your quote. And just a couple of notes here on our simplified underwriting. And some of the slides kind of went through this, but just it does apply to our GULE product as well, if that's something that ever comes up with your clients. But Term Life Express and GULE, you can see there, based upon the issue ages and the face for each, what the simplified underwriting would look like, as well as some of the ineligible conditions for both of those products. And this is not a complete list, so just make sure that you look at the underwriting guidelines or talk to our team if there's any questions on additional impairments. And then as well as the single impairments, things to take note of. So that's the quick overview on our Term Life Express and how that would be a great fit in mortgage protection. In addition to your appointments that you're having out there, any folks that have children or grandchildren, our Children's Whole Life product is a home run. So I'm going to give a quick overview on that as well, and then we'll jump into the Guaranteed Advantage to wrap things up. So product features on our Children's Whole Life, you have the issue ages from 14 days to 17 years, and that would be face amounts $5,000 to $30,000. Does allow for you to build that cash value. The underwriting, again here, we have no medical exam. There's only 2 health questions on the application. There's also a guaranteed insurability rider, which is great. It basically is going to allow, it's a no-cost rider, so they don't have to pay anything more for it. And if they had applied for $30,000, let's say, initially, once that insured becomes 30 years old, they have the ability to purchase an additional $30,000 worth of coverage. So you can match the initial face amount. If you do that at the first option in year 30, you have the ability to do it again at years 30, or age 33, 36, and 39 without evidence of insurability. So it really allows you to give that future insurability for a child growing into adulthood to go from a $30,000 face amount to up to $150,000 with being able to double that, or add $30,000 at each one of those options without having to show evidence of insurability. We also do allow for the application submission by grandparents without a parent signature, and that excludes Pennsylvania.
Hey, Adam, we got a couple questions.
Sure.
Sam had a question. Are there any plans to make the app available using Windows or BlackBerry phones, like any phone apps for this?
On that, I'd have to check with the team. I know that some of iGo, I believe, is available on the iPad, but I don't know about it being available by phone. I'd have to check with our technical team just to see if that's something that we're working out. I apologize for that.
No, it's fine. Mike has a question. Are these plans available on a payroll deduction to companies, like for employers and employees?
They are not right now. That is a request that comes up from time to time. Again, I'm not. I'd have to see where we're at in that process. If it's something that we're entertaining and may be available in the near term, I just do know that it's at this time it is not available.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be a good idea to offer that through employers.
Sure. Yeah.
Those were a couple questions. Go ahead.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so the application, again, it's going to be very simple, 2 pages, 2 health questions, no parent signature required for the grandparent when they're purchasing coverage. There's no other forms included in the app package, and the replacement forms are going to be available on our website. And here's the underwriting questions. Have any of the proposed insureds received medical care for or had a heart or circulatory system disease, birth defect, or mental or developmental disorder, including autism and Down syndrome, yes or no? And then any other chronic medical condition which has required care within the past 3 years, yes or no? And availability to provide details there for any yeses. And then I talked through this a little bit, but this is just showing again the guaranteed insurability provision. And the increased amount cannot exceed the original face, and that's on the each year there, the 30th birthday, 33rd, 36th, and 39th. And then if it's not increased on the first option, you're not eligible for future increases. So make sure that your clients do know that. If at 33 they decide they want more coverage and they didn't take that at their 30th birthday, then they aren't available to. And we do send out the reminders 60 days prior to those events. And just a quick look at some of the monthly premiums for the ages there, again up to age 17, looking at the 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30,000 worth of coverage. So very affordable, something that you can, a parent or grandparent can provide for their child or grandchild. Just a quick look at what the WinFlex illustrations would look like, along with the cash values and endowment. And so some of the reasons to sell Children's Whole Life, it is available on iGo eApp. Again, if you want the electronic application option, it's going to help cover the costs associated with any unexpected loss. Great for parents and grandparents looking to provide protection for a child's future insurability with a guaranteed insurability rider. And then another way to provide value in meeting the needs of your clients in a variety of ways with having multiple policies. And just a few of the marketing materials that we have available for that product as well, which the same would go for our Term Life Express. We do have a lot of different marketing available through our producer portal. And state availability for that product. So just in summary, we have extremely competitive premiums, only 2 underwriting questions, the guaranteed insurability option, grandparents purchasing without a parent signing the app, and available by eApp. And that will take me to our Guaranteed Advantage, which again we really see is a nice complementary sell when you're going out and showing Term Life Express to your mortgage clients. So product overview on our Guaranteed Advantage. This is a guaranteed issue product. So there's no health questions on the application, no medical exams, no restrictions on occupation. The issue ages are going to be 18 to 70, and benefit amounts up to $500,000 with a minimum of $50,000. Also a common carrier benefit that doubles the benefit amount, and there's an auto pedestrian benefit that pays an additional 25%. And this is guaranteed renewable to age 80. And there's also some family coverage options. So you can get spouse coverage, which would be up to 100% of the primary insured, or child coverage, which would be 20% of the primary insured.
Hey, Adam, got a couple more questions.
Yep.
Does the parent or grandparent have to have insurance through Mutual of Omaha for the child's policy?
No.
Okay. What about an autism question? That's pretty common nowadays with children. Does that knock them out automatically for child coverage?
That was one of the knockout questions, just to make sure. Yeah, so in the first question here, it's asking if there's a developmental disorder, including autism or Down syndrome.
Okay.
Again, if there are some that, on a case by case, if you put yes here and they're on the spectrum and there's some explanation going into it, there's a possibility that wouldn't be a knockout, but it is something that we're looking for.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Good questions.
And then just for the guaranteed advantage here, looking at the monthly premiums on an individual and the age ranges there for male and female. And this would be a family with 2 adults. So just looking at the husband-wife scenario. I get some questions often about the kind of the age banding for male and age banding for female. So, you know, basically the way that it breaks down, if the male's 18 to 50, so let's say the male's 45 and the female's 25, you know, they're going to be in this category. If the male's basically any age that the male is 18 to 50, between 18 and 50, you're going to look at what the female is to see what the combined premium is going to look like.
Say that again, Adam. Explain
so
that
it's
again.
just, yeah. So there's a wider range here as far as the age range goes for the male and initially for the accidental death. So if there's a, you know, regardless of whether the male is 20 or 45,
Right.
they're going to fall in this category here. So you really want to look at, since this is the 2 adult scenario, you need to make sure you're looking at where the female lands, and that's where the premium is. So it could be a 65-year-old female and a 20-year-old male, you know, and they're going to be over in this category, depending upon what the face is.
So it's using the oldest age of the parent, or the oldest one?
Not necessarily. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess in this scenario here, because the 18 to 50 for female and the 18 to 50, it's all the same. So that would be right. But in, I think some of these scenarios, like in this one, for instance, yeah, I guess that would apply across the board. It should generally just be the oldest.
Can you do a quick rate? Do like a 45-year-old male, or do a 51-year-old male and a 45-year-old female. What would the rate be for like 50,000?
That would be this 1418.
Okay. And that's the combined premium, or is that individual for each one?
That's the combined.
Okay, cool.
And here's the 1 adult and kids. So again, that would be the scenario where the kids can get the 20% of the adult. And then finally, here's the 2 adults with kids and what that would look like as well. And we do have a return of premium rider for guaranteed advantage as well, and this is just a look showing for the issue ages 18 to 50 what the ROP percentage would look like from years 1 through 30. As well as the difference in the premiums when you add the return of premium. And this is just comparing. So, you know, we've kind of talked through some of the advantages of TLE, our Term Life Express, and this is showing the 15-year level and the 30-year level terms, what the premiums would look like non-ROP for $150,000 worth of coverage compared to the accidental death. So because it is, you know, only accidental, you know, obviously the premium is going to be lower in all cases. And the application, just a quick look at that, and again, I won't read through any of that, but you can go ahead and take a look at it if you want to review this in the future. And some of the marketing materials for our Guaranteed Advantage as well.
You have to be appointed, Adam, to get all those marketing materials on your website, or are those available before
Yeah, you do have to have a producer number with us in order to access the website.
What is that question? I have a question here from
Sure.
Kim. He's asking what's the exact definition of accidental death. Do you know that? I've had that before in a discussion.
Let me see.
Like visible bodily injury, I've heard that before from companies, you know, things like that. Is there some kind of weird clause in that?
So, just seeing, death as a result of an illness will not qualify. I just want to see on one of my things here if they have a full definition. Here. With that one, I might have to get back and just give you a quick little definition as far as how we look at it. There are some frequently asked questions on it. Some of them, like if an accidental death occurs while you're at work, is that situation covered? Yes, that is going to include coverage for that. In most cases, you're looking at any type of accident. You know, we've had scenarios where I was asked, what if there's somebody driving and they have a heart attack and they crash their car as a result of the heart attack? You know, there are some that, you know, are obviously gonna take some really digging into, but for the most part, it should be anything accidental that's not a cause of from an illness.
So do people usually sell the accidental death for the guaranteed issue or versus the other term when there's health conditions?
We get some of it as an add-on just because they want to have that accidental coverage in the event that, you know, the Term Life Express is going to pay out if it's accidental or not. You get the accidental, it's something that you can get some additional coverage for. And then a lot of it is that it's more of a fallback, that somebody just really isn't insurable, and because it's guaranteed issue, they can have that coverage, and, you know, in the event that that's the way that they go, they're going to be able to protect their family.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, oh, Fred, you got no audio. You can't hear me? Sorry.
I can hear you.
Well, you can hear me. Fred's saying he can't hear me. Let me see if there's something going on with him. You got to put your audio pin in, Fred. I see you on here. There's an issue. Okay. Another question, real quick. Give me a second. They're coming through now. People like you, Adam. They're asking you questions. That's a good thing. Is the return of premium paid out only after the full term of 20 or 30 years, or is there like a graded payout if you cancel it, you know, after 5 years?
Is that in regards to the Term Life Express, I imagine?
Yeah, the return of premium rider.
Yep. Yeah. No, you can take it. You don't have to take it at the 20 or 30 year. You can take it throughout. It's just going to vary through those policy years as far as what the percentage is that you're going to get back.
Right. Usually after 5 years is when it starts, like a 1% or something of your premium. I've seen that before. This is a good question. What if you sell and purchase another home after 10 years? Is there a carryover policy, or do you have to purchase a new one? Or is that even like a requirement that you have to purchase a home or own a home?
No, there's no requirement to own a home. This is just really, it's a term life policy that you're using to protect your, you know, mortgage and your home purchase. It's really the you know, really good benefit of purchasing a policy like this versus a mortgage protection insurance plan, given that it's going to both protect you in the event of a loss of life while you're owning your home and your family wants to protect those mortgage payments, but also it can protect you for anything. The money's going to go to your family or whoever the beneficiary is when that time comes.
Are there any living benefits to the products you went over?
Yes. Yeah. So that with Term Life Express, we had some of the accidental death or the, let's see, disability income rider, the unemployment rider.
Okay, so there's some riders you can add on.
And the accelerated death benefit rider. Yeah, so that the accelerated death benefit rider is kind of what we see where, you know, if somebody is at the point that their life expectancy is 24 months or less, they can receive that lump sum benefit up to 92% of the death benefit to help them while they are still living.
Okay, okay. Okay, that's it for some of the questions right now. You can keep going. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay. Yeah, no problem at all. So we're just about wrapping up here. So just with the Guaranteed Advantage, just wanted to note that this is considered a health product. It's actually, if you're looking for it, United of Omaha is generally how we have all of the life products. This is a Mutual of Omaha product on the Guaranteed Advantage. It does require that you're licensed to sell health products, and it's not available in Minnesota or Massachusetts, and some of the states where the return of premium rider is not available as well are listed there. And this one is not on WinFlex, so you must look at the rate sheet, which is pretty easy to use. Then the rates, we have a national version. There's an Oklahoma, Nevada version, Colorado, Montana, and South Dakota. And where the summary and why, you know, this product is very popular is it is guaranteed issues, so no MVR, no occupation limitations, no medical underwriting. There's multiple combinations of coverage, again, from just individual to primary insured and spouse, primary insured and spouse and child, or primary insured and child, and then the issue ages of 18 to 70 with it guaranteed renewable to age 80. And just some underwriting contacts. So these are some numbers and emails that you might want to write down if you don't have them already. We do have our underwriting support center at 1-800-775-7896. For case status, you can email statuslines@mutualofomaha.com, or you can go to the producer website again to view your pending reports at any time that you want. And then you can contact our sales support at 1-800-693-6083. And some of the things that our sales support does, you know, if you have any questions, product related, or running proposals, you know, using a proposal software, order marketing materials, we do have within the portal, there's a nice little sheet that you can complete and email in that, you know, to email applications and any type of marketing material that you want, or you can just call in to request that information or provide your address so that we can get that out to you. We also can provide access in getting to our portal, so that is, we call it our sales professional access, or SPA for short. And then this is also the gateway to any department in the company. So I'd recommend calling this number if you have any questions, and if it's something that is not the appropriate channel, they will get you to that appropriate channel.
Great.
And then lastly, just the contacts here for our account. So we have myself as the life sales director, and then Dylan Cummings I work very closely with. I actually work remote. I'm out here in Arcadia, California, and Dylan is in the home office in Omaha, Nebraska. So depending upon, you know, what you might need assistance with, you can definitely contact either one of us. And email is usually a great route to go, because you can copy both of us, and that way, if I'm traveling, which I do quite a bit of, it might be something that Dylan can respond to while I'm out of the office. Otherwise, you can always contact me on either my office line or my cell phone there. And
All right,
yep, go ahead.
All right, got a quick question from Michael here. So you can get the return of premium between the ages of 18 and 50. So let's say you got a guy who's 49 years old, gets the return of premium rider, and he lives to age 60, or he makes it to age 60, but now he wants to withdraw some of his return of premium. Can he do that after he's been, because I would think so. He's been alive for 11 years.
And we're talking.
Like, is there a limit on the age, or is there an age limit on the return of premium rider on those policies?
For the TLE, the Term Life Express, I assume?
He actually didn't ask that.
Okay.
I might need to put him in touch with you directly. He might have more detailed questions.
Yep, no problem.
But that was really good. Is the e-app process pretty simple? How hard is that? I have a question.
Yeah, I mean, we're on IGO, so that's iPipeline's e-application. It's kind of, they provided it specifically for Mutual of Omaha, but it is based upon their underlying technology. So we've, from time to time, received requests for enhancements and improvements in that we have to work with iPipeline on. But for the most part, we've received some pretty good feedback. And hopefully we'll.
Really good. Yeah, iPipeline is really good. We use a lot of their e-apps here at our office. They're great. We can't go over it right now, guys. We're pretty deep into this webinar, but it's not too hard. Once you get licensed with Mutual of Omaha, the e-app process using iPipeline is pretty easy. I've used it before for some policies.
Great.
And again, I do have this recorded. Hopefully, it will render okay. I'll get it on YouTube here this week. I'm just checking the questions right now, Adam. Yeah, you would need a health insurance. Well, the life and health license, do you need a health insurance license, or can you write these policies with just your life license, Adam?
All of the TLE as well as the Children's Whole Life just require the life license, but the Guaranteed Advantage does require the health license.
Okay. Is that because of the riders or something that you can put on?
I'm not quite sure why they define accidental death more as health, but it's just something that I think is industry-wide.
Okay. But there are some products that you guys got that you can just use your life license. Okay.
Yep. And that I didn't really go through Living Promise, but again, that would be our final expense insurance. That is a nice fallback in the cases where maybe a client maybe doesn't qualify for the Term Life Express, and that would be, not so much a full mortgage protection with Living Promise, given that the face amount, the max face amount is only going to go up to the $40,000, but it will, allow for some protection on the mortgage payments for a period of time there.
Is there a way to get a copy of this PowerPoint?
Yeah, I can get that to you after the presentation. I'll send it by email.
Okay, great. All right, I will. I think that's it. Well, great, Adam. I appreciate you you taking some time and going over those great products with us. I don't have any questions at the moment, but make sure everybody listening write down Adam's email. Email him directly. He likes emails. He's from California. He's got nice weather out there. Really bad right here in Indiana. Rainy and cold.
Oh man.
Typical Indiana weather.
Yep.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, man. And if there's no more questions, I'll let you get off here.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you all on the line for giving us a chance and sending us some business our way. Really appreciate it.
All right. All right, Adam. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. I got some emails coming through regarding that PowerPoint. I'm going to take these emails down. When he emails it to me, I'll get it over to you guys. Really appreciate it, and make sure you tune in on Friday. We have another webinar, a national sales call with a very successful agent that's been selling this. He's going to give us some tips and tricks, some sales tips. So definitely tune in Friday at 11, and just have a great rest of your day, everybody. Webinar is done.